Hi everyone, welcome to your practice. Molly here. Thanks for joining me today. So today we are celebrating globally this idea of Earth Day. And I don't know if you're like me, but I actually think that every day should be Earth Day because really without the earth, without Mother Earth, without the land, and all of its terrain, our lives literally wouldn't be sustained. And so while I really admire that we pause as a society to celebrate this idea of Earth Day, one of my deepest wishes is that we can slowly but steadily make our way back to a way of life that reflects a deeper respect for that which really does sustain us. And so today's practice, what I would love to do is explore a little bit this idea of the earth element. And of course, in traditional Chinese medicine and also in yoga, this idea of an element, and in traditional Chinese medicine, the elements are just ever so slightly different than in the yogic tradition, but the idea is really the same. And that is that every category of an element contains within it and is defined by a certain tendency of energy in life. And we have different ways of telling that story and different ways of relating that story of some tendency of energy. But the idea is that there's a representative umbrella of these things related to an idea of an element. And so the earth element in both the yogic tradition and the traditional Chinese medicine tradition is a very, as you can imagine, grounded, kind of fertile, stabilizing energy that also gives rise and is the reason for, when it's in a healthy state, the blossoming for some of the most important characteristics that we might be cultivating throughout our lives. The earth element in traditional Chinese medicine has a lot to do with digestion. And this isn't only the healthful digestion of what we nourish ourselves with, which is so important, but it's really like the digestion of the whole of life. And so if you think about, even in this moment, whatever it is that you may or may not be going through, whatever it is that you're receiving as far as environmental input, even mental input, emotional input, this is all stuff and information that has to be digested by the earth element. And so often we think of the fertility of the earth element, the richness of a soil, if you can get in your mind's eye, like a really rich field that's just been tilled. And so the soil is soft and receptive and has a really deep, rich color, right? All that gives it this richness is coming from every single thing that we digest, not just the food choices and drink choices, but our environmental choices, even right down to our behavioral choices, because what we put out into the world is also needed to be digested by the entirety of our being as to how it relates to everything else. So it seems like a very nurturing, sweet kind of element, but in a way, it's a really big, bold kind of thing. And I don't see that it's so different in our experience of nature outside. When you go to sit in a park, you might have such a beautiful feeling of peace, right? Something that maybe feels kind of simple, kind of lovely, but the profoundness of that is that what you've just done is put yourself in a situation that reflects the harmony and balance of the fertile soil that you are and from which you also cultivate the entirety of your life. And so in celebration of earth and in celebration of the earth element, we're going to take a kind of grounded practice today. We're not even going to get so far from the ground, actually. And when we use the physical practice to engage in the investigation of the health of the different elements, what we try to do in one way is just move the parts of the body that are most directly related to the energetics of that particular element by way we are actually cultivating the health of that element. And then, of course, in our asana practice, bringing in that intention of this rich, fertile soil from which everything else in our life grows, this representative energy of equilibrium and harmony. And from that, what blossoms emotionally and mentally is compassion, is equanimity, our ability to be really harmonious in our mental engagements in life, and so much more. So we're going to begin in a belly down Shavasana. So go ahead and if you need to pause the video and just make sure always that you have space so that you're not really thinking about your space as you practice, but you can really dive deep down into the experience. And as you make your way to your belly, what we're going to try to do is just externally rotate the legs so that the toes are facing out and the heels are dropping in. So it's sort of like how a ballerina would stand if we were standing on our feet, but then do your best to really relax the legs and the feet to the best of your ability. This might not be the most intuitive or natural position with the legs, but just give it a try. Drawing energy and attention up toward the groin, the first chakra, which is where we encounter the earth element in yoga. And allowing the belly to really relax down to the mat. So the middle of the abdomen, the belly, the physical area of the earth element in traditional Chinese medicine. And you can make a pillow with the backs of your hands for your head, or you can just separate your hands in whatever comfortable way feels most natural here, and then spin the head to place one cheek or the other down to the mat. And once you've organized your body for the start of the practice here, maybe just imagining that in this position you're literally embracing the earth. As corny or as silly as that sounds, just set aside all of those mental fluctuations and just for a moment, celebrating Earth Day, celebrating this earth element. Give a gentle embrace to that which sustains life. And then slowly start to deepen the breath, feeling the belly really filling and putting a little more pressure against the mat, the floor beneath you with each deep breath. And maybe starting to feel the depth of the breath lifting and expanding through the low back. And keep that really nice deep breath. Keep that gentle sensation of embracing the earth, the ground beneath you, and just lift the head enough to gently rotate to the other cheek. And giving a little harmony and equilibrium to the neck here. If this side feels a little bit taut, just keep the breath soft and easy. And maybe just considering for these next few deep breaths what feeling grounded feels like to you, means to you. And without starting too deep a conversation, keeping your mind's eye on deepening and making more full each new breath. Just imagining that each new breath is drawing in that sensation, that realness, that physicalization of a sensation of feeling really grounded and harmonized. Lift the legs gently to spin the tops of the feet back down to the mat, extending the legs beneath you. And gently prop yourself up on your elbows as if you're doing Sphinx pose, but really nice and gentle. Place the left palm to your mat and slide the left knee up along the floor until the knee is at the same height as the hip. And then place the left elbow back down to the mat and extend the right arm in front of you. This might be the position you woke up in this morning. Starting to open a little bit through the groin, but giving a soft little opening to the front of the right leg, the front of the right hip. I'm just beginning to take some shapes to give a little pressure to the earth meridians of the body. It doesn't matter so much if you know exactly where those are right now, but if you want a little more here, bend the right knee and just pulse the right heel in toward the bum a few times. Remembering we can use our physical body to create a metaphorical template for all the other aspects of our being. Great. And then lower that leg, slide the left leg to join the right, extend the left arm forward to join the right. Press into the pinky fingers to lift the shoulders and the head gently away from the mat. And then keep that gentle pressure down as you lift the heels in space just a little bit. A modified locust pose here. Draw the belly button away from your mat as you lift the heels and lift the shoulders just a little bit more. Great. And then lower everything down and gently come on back to your elbows. A really simple little gentle Sphinx pose. Come up to the right palm and slide that right knee up until it's parallel to the hip. And then come back down to the right elbow and slide the left arm forward. Lovingly called waking up pose. So just waking up either our intention to discover more deeply a relationship with earth element, or maybe just waking ourselves up to some kind of dedicated practice. And then bend the left knee and pulse that heel in a few times, just giving a little extra attention to the opening of the front of the left leg. Great. Extend the left leg, extend the right leg to join it, extend the right arm out with the left, push into the pinky fingers, lift the shoulders away from the mat, lengthen through the legs as you lift the heels into space, and once again, drawing the belly up and away from the mat so that you feel super engaged through the center of the body. Extend through the legs any amount more. Soften the face in your effort, soften the jaw, and have a deep breath here. And then lower the body, place the palms next to the rib cage and push back to your hands and knees. Bithalasana, knees under the hips, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, cow, lift the head and tailbone, soften the belly. Exhale, cat, draw the belly up and in as you round and spread between the shoulder blades. Inhale. Lift the head and tailbone, soften the belly. Exhale, round, maybe rocking gently toward the fingertips, tilling the fertile soil of your existence here. Inhale. Lift, lengthen, soften the heart. Exhale, round deeply, tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale, lift the head and tailbone, soften the belly. Exhale, press down into the hands to round through the spine. Beautiful. Come on back to the center. Step the knees a little closer together. Vyagrasana. Send the left leg back behind you. Heel up, toes down. Inhale, reach the center of the chest forward as you lift the back heel in space. Exhale, knee to nose, cat pose as you press strongly through the palms. Inhale, reach, stretch. Exhale, draw in, curl in. Beautiful. Inhale, reach and stretch these undulating motions. Exhale, draw in, pull in, help to till the soil. Inhale, reach and stretch, creating firmness but receptivity. Exhale, round and stretch. Good. Inhale, reach that leg out back behind you. Touch the toes down to the mat. Spin the left foot flat to the mat and lift the left arm for a modified side plank. This is going to create a little bit of wiggling through the center of the body. Fantastic. Spin the left palm to face your left ear and then reach it all the way up overhead to take a big long stretch through the left side of the body. A little bit like sitting in a three-legged chair with this base, but reach and stretch, drop and draw the tailbone down and in, making the body one straight line and enjoying a deep breath here. Good. Touch the left hand down, tuck the left toes under, press into the hands and the left toe for a three-legged plank as you extend the right leg back behind you. Hold steady here, drawing the power into the center of the body, cultivating our ability toward compassion, self-worth, trust, thoughtfulness. Touch the right toes down, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Stretching the hips up and back. And maybe pedaling a little bit through the feet here, maybe just taking this opportunity to take stock of how well fertilized you feel in this moment. How the mountains and the valleys and the rivers and the seas of your body are talking to each other, and just taking a nice deep breath and maybe inviting them back closer to their natural tendencies. One more nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, lower the knees down to the mat and untuck the toes. Step the knees a little closer together, send the right leg back behind you, Virabhadrasana, tiger pose. Lift the heel behind, lift the chest on an inhale, exhale, draw the knee to the nose under the belly. Inhale, reach and stretch in opposite directions. Exhale, draw in, curl in. Beautiful. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, draw in, curl in. One more time. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, draw strongly up and in with the belly. Inhale, reach the leg out back behind you. Touch those toes down. Ground the right foot as you reach the right fingertips for the sky. Any of those little wiggles and adjustments we surrender into and enjoy, softening into the body's ability to find its own balance. Flip the right palm in the direction of the right ear and sweep it all the way up overhead. Keep a strong connection with that right foot on the ground. Left hand on the ground to help keep the steadiness of the efforts of everything. Beautiful. One more nice long stretch here from the outer edge of the right foot through the right toes. And then touch the right hand down, flip everything back over, press down through the hands, press into that right toe, and lift the left leg high. Not so high that we're reaching toward downward facing dog, but a little three-legged plank here to get in touch with the power of our ability to digest life well. And then touch the left toes down, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So some of that natural warmth created through these movements, engaging the metabolic power of our ability to digest life, and keeping the breath our steady, soft companion, keeping some receptivity in that power. Great. One more nice big deep breath here. And then soften the knees, walk the hands back toward the feet, and find Uttanasana at the back of your mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen halfway, and do your best to keep your fingertips on your mat. Soften the knees if you've straightened them. And on your next exhale, round the spine like cat, tucking the chin to the chest. Inhale, cow-like movement with the spine. Extend the heart forward. Exhale, cat. A little churning and tilling of the soil here. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Once again. Exhale, round and curl, chin to chest. Tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, lengthen the belly. Offer your heart forward. Pause here. Walk the hands to the shins just below the knees. Inhale once again here. And exhale, begin again. Keep the knees soft and at a slightly higher level. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round through the spine, spread between the shoulder blades. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Great. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, lift and lengthen, pause here. One more step up the mountain, hands to the tops of the thighs, knees stay bent. Exhale, curl through the spine, draw the belly in strongly, good. Inhale, stick your bum out and lengthen your heart forward. Exhale, draw in, curl in. Inhale, lengthen out, extend out, extend through the spine. One last time. Exhale, round through the spine. Pause here this time, and on your next inhale, round up to stand, one vertebrae at a time, bringing yourself all the way up. Beautiful little dance. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Exhale, palms together as you glide down toward Uttanasana. Inhale, right knee bends, left arm reaches for the sky. Exhale, touch everything down. Inhale, left knee bends, right fingertips reach for the sky. Exhale, everything touch down, soften the knees, relax the head. Inhale, roll to stand all the way up, all the way up. And as you exhale, just stand steady. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Exhale, fold at the hips, glide the palms through the center line. Good. Inhale, lift the left arm high to the sky. Exhale, touch down. Inhale, right arm lifts. This is starting to be a familiar sequence for some of you. Exhale, touch down. Beautiful. Inhale, roll to stand all the way up, all the way up. Exhale, just feel the feet relax down into the ground beneath you. One last time. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Exhale, fold. There's a gift in familiarity. Inhale, left arm reaches high. Exhale, touch down. Inhale, right arm reaches high with the earth element, healthy and vibrant. Exhale, touch down. Familiarity gives us a chance to see deeper. Inhale, roll to stand, even in the most familiar places. Exhale, stand. Good. Tuck the chin to the chest. Roll yourself right back down. And as the fingers touch to the mat, walk your way forward to your downward facing dog. Step the feet a little closer together. Send the right leg high to the sky. Indulge in a bend of that knee. Take any movements that feel good up here. Enjoying stretching the body in opposite directions. And on your next exhale, draw the knee forward to meet the nose as the shoulders hover over the wrists. Look between the hands. Take an honest deep breath in here. And as you exhale, step the right foot there. Lower the back knee. Untuck the toes. Press into the fingertips and lift the center of the chest. Low lunge. Take another nice deep inhale here. Press into the right fingertips and open the left arm for the sky. So kind of the opposite way we usually do an opening twist in a low lunge, but let the hips sink down, feeling the front of the body, opening the front of the leg, the front of the thigh. Beautiful. Touch the left hand down, tuck your back toes, straighten your back leg, and inhale the right arm high. A high lunge, simple twist. Draw the right inner thigh toward the left side of the rib cage, left side of the rib cage toward the right inner thigh. Left heel back, top of the head forward, and twist the rib cage open. Touch the right hand down, downward facing dog. Stretch the body and breathe. Inhale, lift the heels high to the sky, round the spine like cat, and begin to glide forward toward your plank, but round through the spine, round through the spine, round through the spine. Keep looking at your belly button. The hips begin to lower, and the gaze gently lifts. And as you exhale, tuck the chin and curl all the way back to your downward facing dog. A little wave, churning, tilling action through the body, cultivating our earth element. Beautiful. Step the feet a little closer together. Send the left leg high to the sky. Any indulgent movements here that feel good to you today. After all, there are so many different terrains on the earth. We can't all possibly be the same ecosystem. As you exhale, glide forward, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrists, look between the hands, and enjoy a normal breath in. Exhale, bring the foot between the hands, lower your back knee, untuck the toes, press into the fingertips, and lift the center of the chest. Press into the left fingertips and open that right arm high to the sky. Again, a slightly different perspective on a pretty familiar situation. Equilibrium, harmony, the ability to digest all of life. Touch the right hand down, tuck the right toes, straighten the right leg, and lift the left fingers up. Strong through the back leg, bend into your left knee. The left inner thigh draws toward the right side of the rib cage, right side of the rib cage drawing to kiss that left inner thigh. Rib cage spinning open, top of the head reaching forward, twisting a delicious twist through the center of the body. Touch the left hand down, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Lift the heels high. Inhale as you glide forward, round the spine like cat, round, round, round. Keep looking at your belly button as the hips lower below the shoulders, begin to look up. And as you exhale, tuck the chin, glide through that rounded spine all the way back to your downward facing dog. Let's try that 2 more times. Inhale, lift the heels, round through the spine. Inhale, creates a beautiful wave through the whole body. Gaze lifts left. Exhale, tuck the chin, round across the shoulder blades, and lift the whole body back and up. 1 more time. Inhale, glide forward. Good. As the hips lower, the gaze begins to lift. Exhale, tuck the chin, draw the belly in. Beautiful. Downward facing dog. Gorgeous. Inhale, glide forward to your high plank and feel yourself steady and grounded. Good. As you're ready, draw the left knee, keeping the plank position to the left elbow, and hold steady. Step the left foot outside the left hand, lower your back knee, untuck the back toes. Step your right hand, a paw print in front of where it is, and spin your left toes out to the left. And then roll onto that right hip. Keep the left foot grounded. Keep the right leg as long as you can, and have a few rocks back and forth here. You should begin to feel a sweet little conversation with the outer edge of that left hip and perhaps even the front of the right leg. Come back to a relatively central position and go ahead and bend that right knee again, pulsing the heel in toward the bum a few times. Beautiful. Lower the back leg, step the right hand in, spin the left toes in, tuck the back toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply here. Exhale, celebrating that which sustains us. Feel the grounded nature of your hands and your feet. And just like a flower blossoming, imagine the rest of your body just reaching up gently toward the sun. Inhale, glide forward to a high plank position. As you're ready, right knee to right elbow. Hold steady and enjoy. Step the right foot outside the right hand, lower the back knee, untuck the toes, step the left hand forward, spin the right toes out, and then start to roll onto that left hip, keeping the left leg long, keeping the right foot grounded. This is sometimes a situation during our practice where some groans and moans, some of joy, some of despair. But whatever sound you want to make, if there is a sound to make it, make it. Do it. Express yourself. Enjoy. Great. And then come on back to a relatively central position. See if you can bend that left knee a little bit and pulse that heel in toward the bum, in toward the hips a few times. Beautiful. Extend the back leg, step the left hand in, spin your right toes forward, tuck the back toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Inhale, glide forward to a high plank position. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly, all the way down. Extend the toes behind you. Send the right arm forward, palm facing down, and push into the left palm to roll onto the right side of the body, Anantasana. Find a steady Tadasana-like position here, head relaxing down to the right arm. On your next inhale, lift the left leg high to the sky. And as you exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, lift and reach, all of those sweet wiggles and shakes. Exhale are the earth element finding its natural steadiness through motion. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, glide it down. Good. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Keep it there. Flex the toes toward your left ear and see if you can imagine pushing the heel up toward the sky any amount more. Right ear still relaxing down on the right arm. Bend the left knee. Place the foot to the inner edge of the right leg, a side-lying albero, which is the Italian word for tree. Didn't come to me right away. Drop the left knee in front of you to the mat, and then let the head rock off the right arm as you open the left arm for a simple twist. Left arm reaches out at shoulder height. Again, some of the joy of familiarity is comfort and steadiness and groundedness. But as earth becomes heavy and too familiar, we often become complacent. So here, just maybe finding a joy in entering a familiar situation from a slightly different perspective, and have one more nice, big, deep breath. And then please listen carefully. Roll all the way to your belly. Slide that left knee out to the left so that you're in waking up pose once again. And then prop yourself up on your elbows, upper body like Sphinx pose. Drag the elbows back toward your hips, and once again, bend that right knee and pulse the right heel up and in toward the bum. any amount of times. Press down into those forearms to lift your heart forward and up. Stretching and pulsing harmony, stability and fluidity through the meridians of earth in the body, stabilizing the base chakra, strengthening the belly. Good. Extend the right leg. Lower the body down to the mat. Draw the left leg to join the right. And have a little rock in and out with the heels just to shake it out. Great. Extend the left arm forward, palm facing down. Press into the right hand and roll to the left side of the body, Anantasana. On an inhale, as you find your steadiness, lift the right leg high to the sky. Exhale, float the leg down. Inhale, lift the leg high to the sky. Exhale, float the leg down. Good. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, float the leg down. Inhale, lift the leg. Pause there at the top. Flex your right toes toward the right ear and press that right heel higher toward the ceiling. Bend the right knee. Let the right foot fall anywhere on the inner edge of that left leg. A side-lying tree pose. Drop the right knee forward to your mat and just roll back into the twist from there. Right arm extending at shoulder height, palm facing up. Back of the head finding the floor. Left arm, just let it be. And have a few deep breaths here. From the fertile soil of the earth element, the rich, nourished place of digestion, blossoms our trust, our self-worth, our compassion, our equanimity. Beautiful. Once again, roll all the way to the belly here, sliding the right knee all the way out to the right, taking the same position we began our practice in, and then prop yourself up on your elbows, top of the body like Sphinx pose, bottom of the body in waking up pose or half frog pose. And then bend the left knee and pulse the heel in toward the bum. A few pulses here, enjoying. Great. Lengthen the leg, bring the right leg to join the left. Roll down onto the belly to place the hands on either side of the rib cage. Press back to the hands and the knees, and then cross the legs behind you to come to any comfortable seat. Finding Sukhasana, easy seated pose here, one hand to each knee or thigh as the spine extends up. And now really make a connection with your hands and your knees and send your rib cage forward, over to the right, back behind you and over to the left. So almost as if your rib cage was trying to clean the inner edge of a bowl or a cylinder. Really feeling that churning, tilling motion of the center of the body as you move the rib cage front, side, back and side, front, side, back and side. Beautiful. Front, side, back and side. Front, side, back and side. Great. Come on back to the center. Step the hands just in front of the shins and just have a sweet bow forward. Taking a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, soften, surrender, fall, tumble down toward the earth, that which sustains you, your ability to digest life healthfully. And then walk the hands back, bring yourself to a seat, place the hands behind you, lift the hips just a little bit away from the mat, maybe toss the head back gently in slow motion, and then gently have a seat and switch the crossing of your legs. One hand to each knee, send the rib cage forward, glide it to the right, and around you go once again. Forward, side, back, and side, forward, side, back, and side. Here, stimulating both the root chakra, the earth element in the yogic tradition, and also the digestive organs in traditional Chinese medicine. So our rooting down, our ability to digest well, so that all of us becomes the fertile, harmonious, well equilibrated, that was also maybe not an English word, fertile soil from which everything else grows. Great. Come on back to the center. Step the hands in front of you and walk forward. Little by little, we begin to understand that whatever the language of the story, the wisdom is shared. So whether it's the base chakra or the digestive organs, our sense of self-worth, our ability to trust, great, and walk the hands back, bring yourself to a seat, touch the fingertips behind you, lift the hips and open the front of the body gently, maybe looking up to open the throat. And then glide the hips down to the mat and just unwind your feet so that the feet come flat to the floor. And one vertebrae at a time, begin to roll back and pause when your arms are straight. Release the fingertips, lift the left shin parallel to the mat, and lift the right to join it. Navasana, boat pose. Good. Keep the gentle curling back of the tailbone, but see if you can lift the center of the chest just a little bit. If you want to go for the straight leg option here of Navasana, please feel free. Modifying, expressing whatever your ecosystem happens to be today. And then wherever you are, gently touch the feet down to the mat, slide the heels forward, touch the hands down, and just let the body tumble forward into a gentle forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Inhale, sit up, and see if you can rock straight back into Navasana. And then touch the palms down to your mat, round through your spine a lot. And as the spine touches to the mat, press into the palms and send the toes behind you for Halasana, plow pose. Take an inhale and exhale here. And we're going to have a little play here. On your next inhale, roll through the spine and see if you can pause in Navasana. As you exhale, lower the feet or the legs and glide forward to Paschimottanasana. Inhale, see if you can rock right back to Navasana. And exhale, place the palms, roll through the spine, toss those feet behind you, Halasana, a little bit faster. Inhale, Navasana. Exhale, Paschimottanasana. Inhale, Navasana, maybe knees bent, maybe legs straight. Exhale, Halasana. A few more times like this. Inhale, Navasana, boat pose. Exhale, Paschimottanasana, glide forward. Good. Inhale, Navasana, maybe a little smile on the face. Exhale, rock and roll back. Good. Inhale, one last time. Navasana. Exhale, Paschimottanasana. Inhale, Navasana. Exhale, Halasana, pressing into the palms. Pause here. Roll through the vertebrae one at a time to lower the hips down to the ground. Flex the feet when they come perpendicular to the mat. And spread your arms like airplane wings, palms facing down. Glue the inner edges of your legs together. Inhale here. And as you exhale, drop both legs together to the right, but don't touch down. Good. Inhale, back to the center. Beautiful. Exhale over to the left. If this doesn't feel good for the spine, bend the knees. Inhale, come back to the center, both legs glued together. Exhale, reach to the right. Good. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, up and over to the left. Beautiful. Inhale, back to the center. Bend both knees. And as you exhale, soften the knees over to the right and let them fall all the way to the ground. Knees at hip height, maybe belly button height. And left shoulder with each exhale, grounding down, rooting down, falling down. Take a few deep breaths here, supported by the ground beneath you. And just check in with the biggest misnomer of the earth element, that grounded means heavy. Grounded simply means a well-balanced integration of vibrant energy that doesn't fly away because your roots are reaching down into the rich soil. Inhale those legs back to the center, maybe a few little rocks right and left and right and left. And then as you exhale, send them over to the left. And again, let the body fully relax here. With these next few deep breaths, maybe once again calling in the recognition of what feeling grounded, close to the earth feels like to you, means to you. And breathe a few breaths of that truth through the entirety of the body. Maybe the practice created that reality for you. And then draw the knees back to the center. Give yourself a little hug in. And we'll finish with happy baby. Send the soles of the feet high to the sky. Reach for the outer edges of the feet and draw the thighs up and in around the rib cage. Feel free to playfully extend one leg out and then the other leg out. Maybe there's some other creative expression or exploration of happy baby. Maybe it's just rocking right and left, and maybe it's just staying still and enjoying the sensation of harmony that you've created in the body. And then everyone return to happy baby for a moment more. Imagine the back of your neck a little bit longer. Imagine the tailbone dropping toward the mat with a little bit more ballast. And one last gentle squeeze of those thighs up and in. And then hug the knees into the chest. Lift the left arm up overhead and roll on to the left side of the body, the yin side of the body. And from there, gently bring yourself back to any comfortable seat to finish the practice. Of course, staying in Shavasana is most welcome. Hands to either knee, spine soft and straight, top of the head, tips of the ears reaching toward the heavens as the hips ground down. Close your eyes. The earth element in its harmony, our grounding down, our rooting down, our cultivation of the rich soil from which everything else grows. Earth Day, a sweet reminder that the earth is in fact the sustainer of this life. So as we grow more respect through our practice of the elemental qualities that comprise us, we begin to realize that we are a small version of Mother Earth. And that every day really is Earth Day. As we till and nourish, warm with the gentle sun, moisturize with the water, our ability to feel rooted and grounded in this life. Our ability to feel that we can cultivate anything that we need in any given moment, which begins to look like self-trust, compassion, equanimity, and self-worth. Bring the palms gently together in Anjali Mudra in front of the heart center. They say in traditional Chinese medicine that man is comprised, or a human is comprised of the elements of the earth infused with the spirits of the heavens. So I invite you to celebrate each day as Earth Day, celebrating the beautiful ecosystem that is you and expanding that out to building more respect, more sweetness to the earth around us that sustains us. The light in me recognizes, celebrates, and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.